Fabrice, thank you for making some time to speak to us. I was interested in the plenary yesterday. You spoke at some length about Gabon's strategy of moving up the value chain, taking the resources that are extracted here and processing them, adding value here. What are going to be some of the first fruits of that strategy?
Well, the first one is clearly what we are doing now in Mwanda with Comilog. Comilog is building the metallurgical complex of Mwanda. It's 150 million euros investment. It's going to start transforming manganese ore into silico-manganese and manganese metal. It's not a giant step in terms of volume of productions. It's going to use only 3% of Comilog's production, but this is the beginning of a long journey. And the objective of Gabon is to transform 35% minimum of its manganese production by 2025.
So it will start with 3% and you're aiming
Absolutely.
to get to 35%. And where does much of that manganese processing occur at the moment?
Right now in Gabon, nowhere.
No, but outside Gabon.
Outside Gabon, well, Comilog exports to its plants in Europe, in China, and this is where the value add is kept. So we want to repatriate some of the value add to Gabon.
Now, in your discussion yesterday, Mike Elliott from EY raised some questions about it, said, the issue is countries need to find their comparative advantage. And Zouhair Youssoufou from the World Bank pushed back against that, and you did as well. How is Gabon going to show its comparative advantage for that processing?
Well, the first thing is that we have the natural resources in Gabon. We don't have to import manganese. We have high volumes of high-grade manganese in Gabon that we need to leverage. So that's the main competitive advantage. We have the hydropower that we need to develop, and based on that, I think we can put Gabon on the map of manganese transformation in the world.
Now, it's interesting, you're planning, there's going to be a training school alongside that factory. What sort of training and sort of how many people are going to be involved in that?
The school that Comilog and the state are building together through a PPP is going to open in September 2015. It's going to train technicians and engineers, technicians over 2 years, engineers over 3 years. There's going to be an intake of between 25 and 30 people for the technicians, and the same number of people for the engineer program.
So you've clearly got a strategy for the manganese production, where Gabon's fourth in the world, I think, in manganese production. What about other extractive industries, sort of creating value added here? Are there other things that you've put in place?
Well, we started with manganese because we already produce manganese, so that was the obvious choice. Mm-hmm. We are exploring for iron ore at Belinga, but in other deposits as well. And once those deposits come on production, we will start implementing a transformation strategy regarding iron ore as well.
And the financing for these various projects, are these all going to be PPPs? Is it seeking foreign investment? What sort of structure are you looking for?
Well, clearly it's not going to be coming from the public treasury. We want to move away from just taking public money to spend in projects that the private sector could finance. Mm-hmm. So we're going to establish PPPs with the private sector, whereby the project is going to raise funding based on the merits of the project. This is exactly what Comilog did for the metallurgical complex in Mwanda. They raised money from Chinese and French bank and Gabonese banks to build the plant, and this is a model that we will replicate across the sector going forward.
And that's seems a very good approach. What do you think will be some of the hurdles you'll face in terms of achieving this goal by 2025 and then going beyond that as well?
Well, the first one is going to be human capital. We need to train people. I hope that is going to be enough. Maybe it's not going to be enough. Maybe we'll have to expand the mining school. That would be a good sign of the booming mining sector in Gabon. The second one is going to be the infrastructure. To be able to build the metallurgical complex in Mwanda, the state had to build a hydropower dam of 170 megawatts. We will have to do it for every transformation plant that we will want to be established in Gabon. So those two are going to be the key hurdles to me.
Right, and On the building the infrastructure, what's the progress been on that?
Well, there is a master plan for building infrastructures in Gabon. I know that the state is working on a few additional hydropower plants around the country. It's linked to the development of the mining sector and other sectors as well.
And the hydro, sort of availability of hydro power potential is pretty good in Gabon, isn't it?
It's pretty good in Gabon. We need to materialize that potential, and the construction of the dam in Pubara, the new one, is the first step towards materializing this potential.
Great. Well, it'll be very interesting to watch the progress of these projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.